right, good, good. 1, 2, shim sham, shim sham. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. Oh, you forgot the name of it that quick, right? Turn your body. Don't rush. All right, okay. All right, take a break a minute. Take a break a minute. What time you got, Mike? 3 o'clock? Yeah.
And I'm talking about the master of rhythm and tap. I'm talking about the master of the tap. Honi Coles. Chuck Green.
Thank you.
Chuck Green. Honi Coles. That's the beat. Yeah, there's the name. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Green demonstrates his effortless and graceful style as he and Honi Coles, another veteran from the great era of tap dancing, warm up the audience before starting a series of masterclasses at the Riverside Studios in London. The third member of the trio is the youngest, Will Gaines, exponent of the modern bebop style of tap.
I'm gonna make it up.
He now lives in England, while Chuck and Honi remain in New York, where for nearly half a century they had been masters of their art. The heyday of tap was in the 1930s, but in the last few years they have witnessed and fostered the Great Revival. Perhaps the greatest living exponent of the traditional style, Charles Honi Coles grew up in the 20s in Philadelphia. Tap was already all the rage.
Our greatest form of entertainment was getting on the street corners at night and dancing in our neighborhood. And that developed into going into the neighborhood theaters and competing on amateur nights. And that developed into working with 2 other fellas, and we formed an act. And that was the beginning. But I didn't like New York. You know, consequently, every time we'd lay off, I'd go back to Philadelphia. And then gradually, my staying in New York would become a little longer and a little longer and a little longer. And finally, I just moved to New York. And I had my 2 partners and I fell out. We came to some sort of disagreement. And I decided that I was going to do a single. And I fortunately, I lived with a person who was just like my mother, and it was a three-tier house, and I lived on the top floor, and I took all of the furniture out of the room next to mine, and I rehearsed for a year, 1 solid year, every day, all day, maybe 12, 14 hours a day. That time I didn't drink, so this was my form of enjoyment and my sort of form of revenge on my 2 partners that I'd had this big argument with. And at the end of the year, I came out of that room with the fastest feet in show business.
At the beginning of the 1930s, the King of New York was Bill Bojangles Robinson. He was the first star of the black musicals of Broadway and started the breakdown of long-standing racial prejudices among white audiences. Called to Hollywood in his late 50s, he told Shirley Temple, "All you got to do is listen with your feet and dance to celluloid stardom."
The beginning of the tap dancers, as far as I'm concerned, were all the erect, very proper dancers, like Bill Robinson, who was known as Bojangles, and Eddie Rector. Incidentally, talking of Bojangles, there's a song out called Bojangles of Harlem. Not Bojangles of Harlem, just Bojangles, I think it is. And it talks about, I like to clear this up wherever I get a chance. It talks about Bojangles, he's been in jail, and he's ragged, and his dog is hungry, and all of that. This is entirely wrong as far as the late, great Bill Bojangles Robinson was concerned. He was probably the most fastidious person that you've ever seen in your life. Everything matched every show. He didn't drink nor smoke. He ate a quart of ice cream every night. He was the world's fastest backward runner. He was an athlete. So that old song, forget it. It's a nice melody, but forget the lyrics. Okay, I'll clear that up. I took care of that, right? Yeah. And I'll just give you, his style was erect, and what he emphasized was clarity. He didn't emphasize rhythmic patterns so much. He emphasized clarity and neatness of dancing. The dancers of that period they had a contest that they went through. One would go underneath the stage, and they all did the same step, and one would go underneath the stage and do the step, and the other would do the step on top of the stage, and the one underneath the stage would listen to see whether he was making any mistakes. And then the other one would go underneath and listen to him. So they had a real thing going as far as clarity is concerned. I'll just give you an idea of Bill Robinson. He danced very erect here. All toes. And then he did little cute things. That was Bill Robinson.
Stars of that period were Buck and Bubbles, otherwise known as Joe Buck, the Chicken Man, and Jim Bubbles, the Baltimore Sleeper. After topping the bill for years in vaudeville, they only became famous on Broadway in 1931 in the Ziegfeld Follies.
In New York City, there was a club called the Hoofers Club. And it was really a room in a pool room. But the pool room had a restaurant and everything in it, and it stayed open 24 hours a day. And the fellow who owned the pool room liked tap dancing so much until he put aside a room in the back of the pool room, and 24 hours a day, any hour of the day or night, you'd find somebody in that room dancing. And all of the dancers would congregate, and like I'd see Bubbles and I'd get some kind of thought about something, or Bubbles would see Eddie Rector and he'd get some kind of a thought about something, and the guys who couldn't dance at all would come in, and then basically, gradually they'd learn. So it was like a nest of dancers, and all of the dancers hung out there.
Come on, anybody, come on, anybody, come on. Yeah, come on, I knew you was here, yeah, come on. Come on, I need a crowd.
At the beginning of this class at Riverside Studios, Will Gaines encourages the whole audience to come out onto the stage and try tap dancing, whether or not they've ever done it before.
That's it. You got my dancing, that's it. You remember? Get me out. Told you could do it. Told you could do it. So I will ask Chris Perry to come out and break it down for you. Chris Perry, where's Chris Perry? Chris Perry. Oh, she's an English lady. She can teach you.
The beginners class itself is taken by Chris Perry, who teaches at Pineapple in London.
Right, so can we just have just the beginners up, like we did yesterday, and then Honi can take the advanced ones afterwards? Yes? Pardon?
What if I'm in the middle?
That's all right, come into the middle. Okay. So we're going to do pick up, slap. Pick up, slap. Okay? You're going to put your weight down on that, and then you're going to do 6 slap steps. Then you're going to repeat it on the left foot. Pick up, slap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? Any problems? No? Do that once more, and then we'll do the next step. Okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to do a pull back on your right foot and just keep going. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? Put those 2 together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to do a clap on 8. Clap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, just put your foot down on the last one. Right, Mike, can we try that with music, please? Nice and gently. Little intro, please. Right, now we're going to do, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, dee-da, dee-da. Yes? Dee-da, heel, dee-da, heel, dee-da, heel, dee-da, dee-da. Repeat it on the left. Dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-da, dee-da. On the right, dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-bop, bop, dee-da, dee-da. Now we're going to do a break. Da, dee-da, do, dee-da, do, dee-da, dee, do, dee-da. To the top. Sounds for last bit. Come forward a bit. Come forward a bit. This one.
Yes.
Dee-da, bop. The break.
The end.
The break. Da, dee-da, do, dee-da, do, dee-da, dee, do, dee-da. Left foot. Start on your left foot. Left foot. Dee, dee-da, do, dee-da, do, dee-da, dee, do. Right. Okay? Now, have you done riffs? Anybody done riffs before? Now we're going to do dee-dee-dee-dum, 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 dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. Yes? And dee-dee-dee-dum, 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 dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. Break again. Dap, 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 dee dap. Pause, turn.
We had a little broken down piano in the corner, and most every dancer learned a basic thing called stop time. And one dancer would play for the other, and it was a one finger thing. And that was it. That was the stop. That's an 8-bar phrase of stop time. So everybody played for everybody, and consequently, then some guys would come in and who could, you know, maybe played a little better. Actually, it sort of taught you a few basic chords, and from then on, the rhythmic pattern is so similar until everybody could just play a little stop time. And then it became like a competitive thing. You know, they'd all bring their shoes, and easily there had to be 25, 30 reputable dancing acts in New York City.
Among those acts were Chet Atkins, who teamed up for many years with Honey Coles himself, and Chuck and Chuckles. Chuckles and his partner, Chuck Green, the protege of the great John W. Bubbles.
And Bubbles was the man who began all of this sound. Here again, I know I'm going to have problems with the musicians. He was the man who started the bebop beat. He didn't start the sound. He didn't start the horn playing or the, you know, but he started the syncopation. You know, like that kind of syncopation. Where prior to that, if you, any record that you listen to prior to the 30s, you will hear the drummer go, that's his steady thing. That's his steady thing. He didn't go dropping bombs in that. So along came Bubbles, and he started where Bill Robinson was up here on his toes. Bubbles started dropping heels. The step that we're doing now, that is a sort of Bubbles thing, but the living exponent of John W. Bubbles, of the man who started the bebop era, Chuck Green.
Broadway of the 1930s was dominated by lavish spectacular musical or revue, and Hollywood was taking all the best ideas and making them even more lavish, 100 chorus girls tapping in unison. The spectacular reached astonishing heights with the genius of Busby Berkeley, whose ingenuity has never been rivaled.
Every vaudeville show, every legit show had tap dancing acts. There was no, until Agnes DeMille came along with Oklahoma, every picture even, you know, the big Busby Berkeley things from California, they had the tap dancers. All of the choreens, all of the chorus people did tap, as opposed to Agnes doesn't like the term ballet as far as she's concerned. It was just another form of dance, but prior to that, tap was the greatest thing in all of show business.
The great American choreographer, Agnes DeMille, did not kill tap single-handed, but her athletic dances for Oklahoma sounded the death knell when it opened on Broadway in 1943.
Oklahoma came along, and then television came along. And once you've done your act on television, you know that you no longer have an act. You know, everybody sees. Whereas before, it would take maybe 10 years for somebody to be accustomed, because you work maybe 1 week out of a month, and you'd be in Philadelphia this week, and Pittsburgh next week, and Oklahoma the following week. Consequently, everybody didn't see your thing at one time.
Choreography for Broadway and Hollywood shows became more and more athletic and orientated towards modern dance, until one day the wheel came full circle.
There came a show called No No Nanette, a revival of the No No Nanette, and they had a big tap number in the show, and it was an instant success. Consequently, all of the directors and choreographers started thinking in the tap vein. Consequently, now, if you apply for a job in New York City in any of the legit shows, when I say legit, I mean Broadway musicals, you have to have the ability to tap. And the kids are flocking to classes now to learn tap, because they realize the necessity of it. Prior to that, it was all ballet.
Around here, let's have some of the intermediate and advanced students up here now. Give me 2 lines, please. Come on up. Now, give me 2 lines here, please. Come on up just a little. All righty. Now, you remember I stress doom dee dee doom dee dee doo bop dee doom dee dee doom dee dee doom dee dee doo dot dee dee doom dee dee doom dee dee doom dee 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 ah. All right, let's hear that. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3 out. Good. Good. And all right, hold it. All right, you remember the break. Break now. You got the second time you come to the right foot. Dee dee dum, dee dee dum, dee 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 dot dee dee dum, and okay. Dee dee dum, dee dee dum, dee 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 dot dee dee dum, and. All right, good. 1, 2, the whole first step. A 1, 2, 3, and. Right. Listen to the music. Mike, give me a little feeling of a release in there, so they'll get accustomed to it on the 3rd 8. Okay, here we go. Now, when you do this, when you do the 3rd 8 bars, which is this step, you got a little doom, dee doom, dee doom, dee doom, dee doom, dee doom. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. good, that's good. You see the difference in the sound, the difference in the feeling of it when you go into that 38 bars, because it's kind of a good, I mean, the release of the bar. Now you've done yop, deep, dop, dee, dop, dee, dop, 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 and you got that again. And step, dop, doo, dee, da, you, dee, doo, dee, da. The same break. Ya, doo, dee, 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 da, doo, dee, doo, dee, da, and stretch. So you do it, listen, let me do it once for you. You got ya dee dee doo dee down, ya dee dee doo dee down, and dee da dee da, da da ya dee dee doo dee down, ya dee dee doo dee down, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you got a chorus. Okay. All right, now here's what we're gonna do. And you probably will recognize this thing. We got a 1, 2, 3, dee da down. 1, 2, 3, D is that down. Let's do that. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right, I want to hit it. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3, and raise your left toe. Raise your left toe. After you make that down, that comes up. So you got 1, 2, 3, D, da. Now you're going to bring that back. You raise that toe for a purpose. You don't raise it up there to look pretty. You raise it because you're going to pass it over so quickly you won't even realize. You got da, 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 dee, da, da. All right, let's do the whole thing slowly. 1, a 1, 2, 3, and. Da, 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 dee, da. A 1, 2, 3, you dee, da, da, dee, da. All right, you got ya, da, dee, da, dee, da. Ya, da, dee, dee, doo, da. Ya, da, dee, dee, doo, da. Ya, da, dee, dee, doo, da. All right, from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, and. All right, 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. Ah, that's better. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right, you got ya, da, dee, dee, doo, da, dee, doo, dee, doo. Okay, 1, 2. Lift your toe, lift your toe, lift your toe, and 1. All right, but put it down when you back up. Dee da, dee da. All right, don't drag it, put it in tempo. Dee da, dee da. Okay, and dee da, dee da, and dee da, dee da. Okay, so you got ya da, dee dee doo da, dee doo dee da. Okay, can you hear that? Ya da dee dee doo da, dee doo dee da. Okay, let's just do that much. And ya da dee dee doo da, dee doo dee da. Okay, once again, just that much. 1, 2, 3, and. All right. So you stop on the ball of the left foot. So you got ya da dee dee doo da, dee doo dee da. The reason why, because you're going to make a beat on that heel. There's a beat coming on that heel. Dee da. Okay? You're on the ball of this foot, so you go dee down. You kick out first, and then you make the heel. You're on the ball, dee down. Right. So you got dee da, dee da, dee down. 1, 2, 3, and dee da, dee da, dee down. Okay, and dee da, dee da, dee down. Good. Dee doo, dee doo, dee down. So you've just brought it down. Dee doo, dee kick, dee down. Dee do, heel kick and down. All right? Dee do, dee da, dee down. 1, 2, 3, and dee do, dee. All right, so you got ya da, dee dee do da, dee do, dee da, dee do, dee do, dee da, dee da. Is that clear to everyone? A 1, 2, 3, and. All right. Why are we finishing late over here? 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right, that's good. Now, the purpose of this step is to kind of give you a variation of meters, because it goes from slow to fast to slow to fast. Now it's going to go like almost to triple time now, and it's a very simple step, but it only becomes complicated and looks difficult because of the speed of it. And it's this. Okay? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. You got step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple, right? It's a very simple step. Let's do it. And. All right, now you got the dotty dotty dooty dotty dooty dotty down. Be toppity boppity boppity pop. That makes it look difficult. You see what I mean? It's exactly double or triple or whatever you want to call it. All right, and so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and. All right, 1. The whole step. 1, 2, 3, go, and. All right. You gotta listen to it once. It's got the dot the dot do 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 dot do 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 down. But you see, it just shows you the different feelings and the different meter and everything that you can get within the scope of one step. Because you got easy here, the dot that's punctuation. Ya dot do do dot easy. And then you make it look difficult. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. So you would have what dabba dee boppa dee bop da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, and. 1, 2, 3, and. No, reach out for this. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. 1, 2, 3. Out. All right, you're in sort of a plie position here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. 1, 2, 3, heel step. 2, 3, heel step. Right. 1, 2, 3, heel step. Heel, 1, 2, 3, heel step. Okay. Let's just do that again. 1, 2, 3, and. Don't rush that. Now you'll notice the difference in the tempo and in the meter-wise here, tempo-wise too. Pick up, Mike. Very good. That's almost the whole thing. All right, come forward a little so you have somewhere to back.
After working a few theaters and getting into the rehearsal hall in New York City, I developed a flow I realized the necessity of traveling, of covering stage and not just dancing in one spot, because for that year, I was just bound to that one spot. But after I got the advantage of working in a rehearsal hall, I started flowing a little. And having looked at people like Eddie Rector, who was probably the greatest example of dancers going from one side of the stage to the other and still in rhythm, I felt that I couldn't leave any space open, any bar structure space open. And consequently, I jammed everything. It's like playing a horn in that fashion. And I think that was basically the reason why I came out with the fast feet,
During my period, you had your music written and you stuck with the pattern of your music. But the bebop era came along and they just, like they played a whole different ball game. It was a whole different ball game musically, and it was a whole different ball game tap dance-wise with people like Baby Lawrence, Teddy Hale. And you have one of the foremost exponents of the bebop style of dancing right here in England. It's been here some time, and I'm talking about my good friend Will Gaines. Mike. Pretty, pretty, pretty. You see the vast difference in the Bill Robinson style and the style of the bebop. And this is called, some of it, see, Will has a very distinctive style because he combines paddle and rolling with some of the wing steps and the toe steps. And paddle and rolling is just this. Dancers used to do this for 90 choruses, you know. Say, well, when is he going to say something, you know? And he's I don't want to talk about Cheney like that, do I? So, but that's called paddle and roll. It's just a continuation of sounds. See, it doesn't matter to Will. They can play anything, and he's right with it, which is a little different thing. We used to have our music arranged to the tap. Ding and dong, the music had to go. But it's a different ball game with Will, and it's a wonderful, wonderful quality to have, you know, because then you can just walk in and say, hey, play something. He doesn't care what they play. And he's gone. And you know, beautiful sound, beautiful taps. That's the bebop era. All right, let's continue now. I want you to sing what you're doing. No dancing, singing. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and tee-tee-dum, tee-tee-dum, tee-tee-dee, poppin'. All right, with the emphasis. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. But once you have that rhythm firmly in your mind, then it's no problem for you to transfer it to your feet. So if you get it in your mind, then your feet, you know, automatically they're trained. So if you get it in your mind, yad-dee, da-dee, da-dee, bum-dee-dum, da-dee, 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 bum-dee-dum, da-dee, 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 bum-dee-dum, dee-bump-dee-bump, da-dee-bump-dee-dum, da-da-dee-dum. Okay, the whole thing. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, Mike, out. Not bad. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Now let's sort of review because I have one little eensy-peensy little piece of tap that you have to put on the other step that we learned to finish it off completely as an 8-bar phrase. So let's for the sake of memory, let's go through that. Okay. For the step. We'll do this without music this time, Mike. We're doing. Okay. Now remember, you can't start this if ever you're going to do it alone. Don't start it up here. If you start it up there, you'll never get to this. You know what I mean? You'll never be able to do that in time. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right. You got yop, you got yop, what have you got? dee 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 dop. That's where you finish, right? Dee 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 dop. Dee 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 dop. There again, you must remember to raise that toe to prepare yourself for this. You're here. You will not do it unless you raise that toe and prepare yourself for it. You're here. Dee dee, right? Dee 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 dee. That toe must be up in order for it to work coming back here. You understand what I'm saying? Raise your left toe, and make that sound. Okay? You got all of that. D, D, D. D, D, D. D, 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 D. Okay, one. Just from here. Piop, piop, D, 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 dop. Okay, and piop, piop. So you got a little pause in there. You have an and in there. You got yop, yop, dee, 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 dop, and. It's a quick and, so it's not an and, it's a breath, more or less. Here we go, and. And. All right, let's do the whole step. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and yop. All right, now here's the little body motion. Little body motion here. You got the dop, dop, the dop, the dot, dow. You turn here. Okay? The dot, 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 the dot, dot, do, do, dow. You're back over here. Okay? So you got an actual reverse motion there. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. Good. Put that forward. Just put that last beat forward. Yata, do, do, down. Your body's here. Here we go. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. Good. Okay. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right. Yata do dee do dow. That's an explosion there. Yata do dee do dow. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right. Yata do dee do. Let's continue. A 1, 2, 3, and. Yop. Dee dop. Yop, dee dop, dee dop, dee doo, dee doo, dee doo, dee dop, dee dop, dee dop, dee dop, dot, yop. Now give me the accents, and give me the motion too. We have yop, dot, doo, dee, doo, da, dee, doodle, dee, dot, dee, doodle, dee, dot. You know, you move over to your right on that. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right, now you're not doing, there are a couple of things that you're not doing. Crossing, diddly-bop, diddly-bop. You're crossing on that. Right, cross, diddly-bop, diddly-bop. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. All right, it's coming along. It's coming along. We won't worry too much about the motion of it. As long as I know that you have the rhythm pattern in your mind, then there's no problem. So you got diddly dop, bop, dop. Okay, here's what we have. Diddly dop. Jiddly dop. Shiddly dop. Da 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 da. Step. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 dee da. Only it's the heel comes down quickly. Da 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 dee da. And da 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 dee da heel. Okay, and. Okay, and. Right. Da 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 dee da dee da da da. Once more, and. Da 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 dee da dee da 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 dee do dee do. Now this will bring into play turning your toes up. Turning your toes up. Okay? So you have dee do dee da. Dee do dee da. Only starts with the right foot. Okay? So you have this. Diddly da da dee da dee doo dee da dee doo dee doo dee da. Okay, and all right, you'll have more than that. I just did 2 of them. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, so what you'll have is shoo-dee dee da da dee da dee doo dee da dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo dee da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, once again. Here you hooty-doo down, down, hooty-doo down. So you've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hooty-doo. Heel step, heel step, heel step, heel step. Okay? Heel step, heel step, heel step, heel step. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hey, hop, stop, stop. Heel, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and yeah. Hold it. There's a distinct separation there. Here you dee da da dee da dee doo dee da dee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got a little twist there. 2, 3, 4. Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Till you da da dee da. Hold it. I see what's happening. You got a definite hop there. Hoody da bow. Plant that. Hoody da bow dee da dee doo dee da. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hop 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold it right there. Just where you are. You got hand to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. You got another beat there. You got another stomp. 1, 2, 3, and do down. 1, 2, 3, and do down. Okay? Oh, just that. And 1, 2, 3, down. Okay? Now you're on the ball of your left foot. Should finish up on the ball of your left foot. And 1, 2. Right. Now you have this. Okay? You stay on the ball of the left foot and you turn your toe again. Here's the principle of the toe being up. 1, 2, 3. See, all that toe does is hit in passing. Raise that toe a little more. The toe hits in passing. That's all the toe does. So you have da dee da dee da dee do da dee doodly 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 down. Down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, down dee down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? I'm not hearing the sections as distinctly as I should. The first section, that dee da da dee do dee do dee da. And dee da. No, don't do it. And do dee da da dee da dee do dee da. Oh, dee do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And dee do da dee do dee do. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. All right, you're racing your tempo. You got to keep it right there. Is where you started. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and yeah. Ayo, de da da dee da dee do dee da. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hey, da da dee da dee do dee da. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. Get the move. All right, you're running away with it. Don't run away with it. Now, give me a pickup and do until I stop, Mike. Da bop, do bop. Listen. what I mean? And you don't race it. You don't race it because you're inclined to race it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. All right, no, you're not listening. You're not listening. And down. Let me do that once more. I may not be doing that back up quite long enough. Do it once more for me, Mike. 1 bop, 2 bop, 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 and. Yeah, it's 7. Yeah, it's 7. That's count is right. I thought maybe I was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Let's do it again. Now you know where you're inclined to increase the tempo. You're inclined right here to do da dee da dee do di da 1. Take your time there. Do. And like ladies, this is that particular motion is a motion from the Eleanor Powell, Ginger Rogers days. Because all the ladies did, with that, so you all can do that. You stay with me, okay? Okay, here we go. I don't want no misunderstandings. All right, let's do the 2 steps together now. We're done. Bippity 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 bop dee doodly bop dee doodly bop dee yop dee yop dee doodly doodly bop dee doodly bop and. All right. Dee doodly dop. Hey, the dop dop dee dop dee do dee dop. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and. Five, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, everybody has the ability to learn to tap. It's a matter of mathematics, and it's a matter of ambition, and it's a matter of practice. And it's like anything else. If you're determined to do it, of course, some are going to do it better than others. Like in anything else, again. It's just a matter of applying yourself to it. Have control of your feet, have control of your arms, etc., etc. But let your body just be free and easy, because tap is a dance that is a free, natural, easy form of dancing. Contrary to ballet, ballet requires certain positions and certain ways to hold your hands, your fingers, etc. And that doesn't apply to tap at all, because you and I or 1,000 others could be doing the same step, but the body the body feeling and the body control would be absolutely different. And tap instills a sense of rhythm. It instills a sense of rhythm, and rhythm we must have when we walk, when we talk, when we write, when we sing, whatever. Rhythm is required, and tap really gives you that sense of rhythm.
With a little go-off thing here, we're going to conclude here. We're going to conclude. What shall we do? What shall we do? You think that's good? No, I did that last night.
Did you not? I saw you.
Well, yeah,
you was cooking. I want to tell you. Listen, you should have been there. What a sneaky way to get into a routine.
That's all right.
Shem Sham.
Bye.
Process.